The new Ricoh Theta 360 camera is here. In my hand right here, it is the Theta X. Can the brand new Theta X be the best consumer and virtual tour 360 camera in 2022? In terms of spec, the image sensor is slightly bigger than most of the popular 360 cameras in the market. It is a half-inch improved sensor instead of the tiny 1/2.3-inch sensor in the Insta360 ONE X2 or the GoPro Max. It only has 4K 60 frames per second video capture instead of 4K 50 frames in the ONE X2. It has impressive 360 photo features for virtual tours. It can capture 11K 60 megapixel high resolution 360 photos in both regular and lightning fast HDR. That is 3K more than the Theta Z1, the king of one-shot 360 virtual tour camera. And the lens is so high quality, it literally has zero chromatic aberration. It can do 4K 360-degree live stream up to 100 megabits per second. Photo, video, and live stream. The Theta X can do it all and just a little bit better than all its consumer 360 camera competitors. In this in-depth, unbiased review video, I will do side-by-side comparison among the Theta X, Theta Z1, Insta360 ONE X2, Qoocam AK, GoPro Max, Xphase Pro X2, and Labpano Pilot 1EE. We'll run tests in both photo and video mode, test the in-camera stabilization against the Insta360 ONE X2 Flowstate stabilization, and I will show you the Theta Advantage, an open Android system for app developers to write third-party plugins to expand its feature, like dual fisheye RAW, live streaming, and even VR games. The end result will visually show you everything you need to know about the Theta X and where it stands in the 360 market. So, don't buy any new 360 camera just yet until you watch this review video all the way through. Let's go! Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy Hugh here, back for another 360 camera review in 2022. I just launched my 360 Tiny Planet NFTs on OpenSea. They are all one of a kind with my signature creative style, so go own my NFT before they all sold out. It's been a while for a new consumer 360 camera enter into the market. Surprisingly, this time it's not GoPro or Insta360, but the OG Ricoh Theta from Japan. NANI? Theta X has lots of improvement compared to all previous versions of the Theta camera. The most significant one is the X comes with a large 2.25-inch touchscreen display for improved usability without the need of connecting to a mobile phone. GoPro Max, ONE X2, Qoocam AK's already done that. Yes, the touchscreen is larger than ONE X2 or Max, but it's nothing special here. What is special is the open Android system that is what's behind the touchscreen. So, this is more like a Labpano Pilot 1EE design. You can consider Theta X as a standalone smartphone. It can now auto-stitch photo and video immediately after capture, both in 11K 360 photo and 5.7K or 4K 60 frames per second 360 video. So the internal processor is a lot more powerful than GoPro Max, ONE X2 or Qoocam AK. If you hate working on a computer and stitching that INSV file before you can even start editing your 360 video footage, you'll be really happy to find out any 360 photos or videos out from the Theta X is already beautifully stitched. Well, the downside of this is that professionals who want to squeeze every available information directly out from the image sensor and get ProRes 422, not compressed render, wouldn't be possible. At the time of this review, the bitrate is 120 megabits per second in H.264, not H.265. The second big improvement is the ability to switch battery and memory card. It's one of the biggest complaints of Theta camera, and glad to see that they listen to their user and fix this limitation. Even better than GoPro Max or ONE X2 is that the Theta X come with an internal 46GB of memory, so you don't really need to purchase SD card to use it. Great for a forgetful photographer like me. Specs. Let's quickly talk about the specs. The lens is fixed aperture in f2.4 and a lot smaller than the Theta Z1 if you make a direct comparison. Theta Z1 has 3 aperture, f2.1, f3.5 and f5.6. The image sensor is 1/2 inches, half the size of a 1-inch sensor on the Theta Z1. I wish they would use a 1-inch sensor, but they opt in a smaller sensor. The sensor is still bigger than GoPro Max and Insta360 ONE X2, and just any consumer camera out there besides the Qoocam 8K. Ricoh is famous for its optic and lens. If you are into photography, you probably agree with me already. Though Theta X with a slightly larger sensor and amazing optic, it is still a win in 2022. Another feature most people might miss is the built-in GPS with a GPS support. Having a built-in GPS is a big deal for Google Street View and outdoor virtual tours. The only other 360 camera that has built-in GPS is the Labpano Pilot 1EE, and that is almost $2,000 camera. I can get GPS data for my Google Street View upload using Theta Z1. What is the difference between built-in GPS and a GPS? Great question, Kimchi. A GPS is using your phone's mobile GPS to set your GPS location. It is very inaccurate compared to dedicated GPS inside your camera, as your phone is not always in the same location and same spot as your camera. For Google Street View blue line to work, a GPS won't even work. So if Google Street View is part of your virtual tour services, Theta X is a great and affordable choice for that. If you don't know why Google Street View is important to your business, check this video right here. One of the most impressive features of Theta X is 4K 60 frames per second capture. This makes lots of action sport 360 camera users excited. Even with ONE X2, the current king of 360 action camera, its max frame rate is 50 frames per second in 4K. GoPro Max is 60 frames per second in 3K. So having 4K 60 frames per second in 360 is a big deal. But to make it a good action camera, it needs to be light with excellent stabilization. Theta X is 170 grand, including battery and SD card. ONE X2 is 149 grand and Theta Z1 is 182 grand. So Theta X is still pretty light. The problem with Theta X is the battery. It only has 1350 mAh, 30-minute filming time in 5.7K 30 frames per second. That is short compared to ONE X2 or GoPro Max. Stabilization is another issue. Let's go do our standard one view test now. Okay, now we're gonna compare the ONE X2 and the Theta in 5.7K. It's recording right now. Oh, I just turned it off. Okay, there you go, 5.7K. Right. Fully auto. For recording. Okay. Let's see how it go. It's a brand new one view print is. It's not that aggressive. It's just good for this test because I don't want to go aggressive and then fail. Woo. Whoop. It's strange. Alright, let's check out the result together. As you see the side-by-side comparison here, Theta X had decent stabilization, but it is nowhere compared to ONE X2 Flowstate stabilization. So right now, Theta X is not really a good action spot 360 camera, but 60 frames per second 4K will be great for 360 virtual tour video in a VR headset to benefit from the high refresh rate in a VR headset. 360 photo quality. Ricoh Theta is always the best one-shot 360 camera brand with their flagship professional camera Ricoh Theta Z1. So how is the X photo quality? Let's find out. Theta X now reached 11K resolution, the highest resolution in any one-shot 360 camera besides the Xphase Pro X2, which is 16K. Theta X also has the latest fast HDR feature recently released on the Theta Z1. To use this feature, make sure you are in auto mode, slide up from the bottom. Under option, you have NR, which is noise reduction mode, and HDR mode right here. You can access all the features within the touchscreen. Very convenient. Here is the result of the Theta X in 11K HDR. Here is the result of Insta360 ONE X2 in night bracket HDR merged in 6K resolution. The quality is a night and day difference. ONE X2 is not an acceptable quality for any paid professional work. On the other hand, Theta X one-shot auto HDR mode is good enough for lots of professional virtual tour applications, including 3D Vista, Ricoh 360 Tours, Go Through, Google Street View, Labpano, and Facebook 360. Nowadays, all platforms support 11K 360 photo. So having an 11K resolution is a massive advantage to your virtual tour business. The great thing is you are not doing anything different. Just hit the capture button and you are done. The photo is stitched internally inside the Theta X and ready to be uploaded onto Ricoh 360 Tour or any third-party virtual tour services via the open Android platform. I can predict that this will become the most popular virtual tour camera for all realistic agents who are not professional photographers. Okay, so what about for the high-end professional virtual tour photographer like this guy right here? Well, here is the side-by-side with the Ricoh Theta Z1, the king of virtual tour camera. Even Theta Z1 is in only 7K, the quality hold up against the 11K Theta X result. In one shot without any photo editing and post-production, Theta Z1 has better color rendering than Theta X for distant object. Take a look at this chart 15 meters away from the camera. In Theta X, the result is almost black and white. But Theta X also has less chromatic aberration than Theta Z1 in high contrast area. Theta Z1 also handling stitching better than Theta X. I suspect because Theta Z1 has a bigger lens with a wider FOV. Since we are in the comparison of Theta Z1 and Theta X, one small but nice thing I want to mention is the USB port. In the Theta X, they finally put one on the side, so we do not need a riser just to charge the camera, which is really nice when you are running low on juice. At the time of recording, Theta X cannot capture RAW DNG, so there is no photo editing possibility for professionals, which is a bummer. With RAW editing ability, we can easily bring back the loss of color in Theta X. Ricoh is working on it though, so we will come back to the RAW photo comparison when this feature is released. Because of a lack of RAW photo feature, Dual Fisheye plugin and Dual Fisheye RAW are also not going to work at this time. So if you need the best professional looking high-end 360 photo result, Theta Z1 is still the best choice. So the king of 360 photo still belongs to the Theta Z1. For now, let's push one step further. How about comparing Theta X with $2,000 price range virtual tour camera like the Xphase Pro X2 and Labpano Pilot 1EE? As you see right here, Xphase Pro X2 is capturing 16K super high resolution. The end result is a lot clearer than Theta X and Labpano. Although Theta X still has better color rendering. Labpano Pilot 1E is very similar to the Theta X result. I tend to say Theta X is a little bit better than EE because of its 11K resolution. I provided all the comparison result in original high-resolution virtual tour format on Teleport Me, a high-end professional virtual tour platform for you to review. I also included outdoor under the sun 360 photo on all the cameras. I highly recommend checking the link in the description down below. See it for yourself without YouTube compression. I did a lot of this video, so don't forget to give this video a thumb up and thank my effort. 360 video quality. I think the biggest reason I will upgrade to Theta X is the video quality. This is a 360 video centric camera. What I mean 360 video is not gimmicky over capture 2D TikTok social media video. I mean real immersive 360 video that you can enjoy on YouTube VR, do the Vista video virtual tour, or inside your Meta Quest 2 VR headset inside the metaverse. Ricoh Theta ideas of 360 video production is very easy, and everyone can do it. To do that, Theta X will give you a high quality 120 megabit per second, 5.7K 30 frames per second 360 video out of the camera without stitching. That video is ready to go on your virtual tour platform, YouTube VR or Oculus TV. Even Insta360 ONE X2, arguably the easiest to use 360 camera in the market, still require you to set the INSV file into MP4 before you can upload. The magic is because Theta X is a little computer with an Android system inside. Let's look at the image quality comparison now. Here we have Kitty standing in front of the Theta X with a color chart. There is a bigger chart behind her about 10 feet away, and on the left we have another chart right on the stitch line of each camera 4 feet away from the camera. 4 feet is the closest recommended distance for any object near the stitch line. We compare Theta X to Insta360 ONE X2, GoPro Max, Qoocam 8K, Labpano Pilot 1E, and even the Canon R5 with the new dual fisheye lens shooting in Nodo. Check out the next immersive video if you want to see the end result in 360 video format inside a VR headset at the Oculus Quest 2. Don't waste your time listening to others telling you which 360 camera you should buy in 2022 without even including all the new 360 cameras. See the result yourself from a trusted source and get the answer by examining the footage yourself in 360 VR. Or pan around on your phone while you are sitting on your toilet. Now, can you guess which camera is which on this side-by-side comparison video? I will give you some time to think, and if you can, pause the video, write your answer down in the comment section down below. Okay, I hope you have your answer now. The correct answer from left to right is Theta X, Insta360 ONE X2, Qoocam 8K, and GoPro Max. Did you get it? Let's zoom in 300% on Kitty's face. Even though GoPro Max is blurrier compared to all the other three, I personally like GoPro Max the most because in skin tone under the sun it looks a lot better. Qoocam 8K is a little bit too blurry, but ONE X2, I think there are too many over-sharpening artifacts. Yes, the ONE X2 result is the sharpest, but I think Theta X result look really balanced and more natural. In close-up, all four of these cameras are pretty much the same. They are all pretty good. Let's zoom in 500% on the chart behind Kitty in the dark. GoPro Max and Qoocam 8K are just a blurry mess. ONE X2 and Theta X look the same, But if you pay close attention, the ONE X2 straight line is not really straight, it's kinda wavy. This is possibly caused by in-camera denoising and sharpening. With a slightly bigger sensor, Theta X does have a little bit of an advantage in distance sharpness. Not by a lot, but it is better. Now look at the stitch line chart 4 feet away from the camera. GoPro Max has a massive stitching issue in the latest firmware. Theta X stitching result is pretty good, but it is blurrier around the stitch line. ONE X2 handling stitching the best with the sharpest result. For Theta X, we also see color and exposure differences between the lens in our outdoor video. We can even see this in our indoor video when we look up. This is an issue for 360 video, and I hope Ricoh can fix it soon. Theta X has the best quality 4K 60 frames per second video I have ever seen. 360 Livestream. So one thing I failed to mention in my Theta Z1 series is the 360 Livestream feature. Theta Z1 and this Theta X is a great 360 Livestream camera because it allows USB connection and no latency stream into your computer directly and out to a RTMP server. The only other camera that can do that is the Qoocam AK Enterprise, and that is a $1,000 professional camera. 360 Livestream is a big topic, and I plan to cover that in details in the upcoming tutorials, so stay tuned if you decide to use Theta X for high quality 4K 360 Livestream on YouTube VR or Facebook 360. In conclusion, Theta X is a great consumer 360 camera in 2022. If you are looking into upgrade your old 360 camera for easy virtual tour capture with the ability to do 5.7K video and all-in-one solution, this is a great choice. In the next video, I will line up Theta X with all the other popular 360 camera and compare them side by side in VR. You should definitely check that one out in a VR headset. And a follow-up tutorial on how to use Theta X to capture stunning 360 photos and videos with ease. So don't forget to subscribe if you have not already, hit the notification bell, give this video a big thumb up, and drop me a thank you comment down below. Oh, and don't forget to check out my NFTs created with 360 cameras. And I will see you in the next video or inside the metaverse.